was a cool night around me. It was comfortable at first, but I began to feel restless and thirsty after a period of time. Thus, I settled down, making a cup of coffee to warm my body and mind. I sat on the balcony while watching the stars in the dark sky through the sparkling stars. As time passed by, I unconsciously fell in a dream as I took a time train to my past. My name is Kaljit Kaur Anak Perempuan Kalmat Singh. I was born in 1972 as a proud Joharian. I was the youngest in the family of 9 siblings. Imagine my big family. My early childhood education started in a convent kindergarten. Canossian Convent National School was my primary school. Canossian Convent Seniors High School was my secondary school. Later, I continued my STPM at SM Samai, Kluang. All 3 schools were in Kluang. Due to her unique way of teaching, I remembered my history teacher throughout my schooling years. She was the main factor that made me decide to follow her footsteps as an educator today. I always regarded her as my mother figure in school that time. During my pastime, I loved to listen and sing songs as well as reading and traveling. These interests and hobbies have never changed even till now. Back in my childhood days, I also enjoyed outdoor games with my mates. The memories of playing with them were still fresh in my mind. Sometimes I always wondered if I could see again in this lifetime, if we were destined to meet again. Surely we will recall and cherish all our younger self that time together. My step to achieve my dream teaching job was finishing my education diploma in Maktab Perguruan Gaya Sabah. My first posting was at SRK Sacred Heart, Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. Sacred Heart National Primary School is one of the oldest and most famous mission schools in Sabah. This school has made such a great contribution in the education process. It was an enjoyable experience teaching a mission school. I got to know different kinds of tribes and made new Borneo friends. I spent 5 years teaching there before I decided to further my TESOL degree in UPM. Truthfully speaking, it was a difficult decision to transfer back here to the peninsula as I missed my time in the Borneo land so much. However, I realized that for the sake of my career, I need to move on. How time flies. Not long afterward, I completed my study. I got posted to a secondary school in 2005 at SMK Desa Kencana Lahad Datu. I have served at this school until 2007 before I decided to transfer back to Peninsula due to family issue as my daughter was left under my mother's in law care. In September 2007, I got my transfer to Negri Sembilan to be closer to my family. I am staying here in Negri Sembilan till now. Believe it or not, even I did not realize it has been 26 years since I started teaching. As for me, my early teaching days were fun and enjoyable, but as time passed by, due to extra things added up in the system, I began to feel the burden getting heavy and heavier. Though the system was a burden, all I want is for my Form 5 students excel in their SPM examination. Scenario in the classroom was different.
Madam Dalgate, we would like to know the explanation to our textbook page 67.
They should ask properly, not by using a voice tone like that.
There were times when I felt like giving up on my career. There is no way I could be appreciated by my students. It was rumored that the COVID-19 virus was spreading throughout Malaysia. There is a sudden flurry of measures being taken by the government to contain this problem. Everyone was glued to the Prime Minister's press conference.
Memutuskan untuk melaksanakan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan mulai 18 Mac 2020 iaitu lusa hingga 31 Mac 2020.
For Adam,
Yes, as I expected, this is the greatest news ever. I bet Mutmin and others will be so happy too. I know things will be boring, but at least no school until this COVID-19 is still around.
another shocking news has come to my attention. It is necessary for teachers to use an online platform to teach. Do I know any online platforms? Honestly, I was so confused and buzzed. Due to the pandemic, I spent most of my time at home. I could not even go to work that I loved. As for traveling, it had just been fleeting dream, as even going out for daily supplies was a challenge already. Out of the blue, another bombshell news shocked me to the core. The ministry has decided to urge teachers utilizing online platforms to teach. Oh my goodness, pity me. Just seeing the word online terrorizes me as I realize just how helpless I I am when using the so called gadgets or whatever the modern world calls them as. To make it worse, I never had any least basic course or being trained in using these before. This is not confusing anymore. It's over. It's my teaching era already at the end. PDPR classes are in their third month. It's been 3 months and I don't know if I can continue teaching. So stressful, while others can teach online, but not me. My pupils won't even join my class. Be positive, Dalji. You can do it. You had a lot of teaching experience, and this is just a piece of cake. Before this, I don't even know how to turn on my computer, but now I'm good at Google Meet, Google Classroom, and also Zoom. But still, my pupils won't join. The next morning, Adam can no longer cope with its 5 classes per day in front of a laptop. He used to smile when he was online, but not anymore. He felt trapped at home. Now he hates screens and the internet. It is then that he starts to miss his teacher, Madam Dalkit. The absence of face to face interaction in class surprised me as well as my students missed me. My previous impression of them was that they didn't appreciate what I taught them. They were always playing around and ignoring my words. However, during our Google Meet sessions, they frequently told me they missed the physical interaction with teachers and instead preferred attending school. Regarding their sweet and sometimes corny messages, always made me smile. My imagination was far from what I saw, but these were their true colors. As a teacher, the pandemic creates challenges and problems as well. The never ending problems during the pandemic were poor attendance and bad internet connections. Some of my students missed their online classes, some, even more worse, never attending at all. Therefore, it was really challenging when they came back to school. I had to teach them from scratch to enable them to master the basic topics. It was a grueling, tough task, but I had to do that for my students. I truly loved this profession, regardless of the challenges I faced. For me, teaching has been my bread and butter for the last 20 years of my life. Mommy, wake up! I suddenly heard somebody calling me. Oh my, I really want to see who is disturbing my nice dream. I had to give that someone an earful. When I opened my eyes, I saw my daughter looking down at me. I asked her, "Why did you wake me up?" And she answered, "Mummy, it's 7 a.m. already. Don't you need to go to school today?" I gasped. Oh no, I am late already for school. Wait for me, dear students.